Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. I'm very happy to bring to you the Poetry Initiative for Raising Awareness for Mothers. And this is our Poetry Initiative for July. It was supposed to be June, but we transferred it to July. And so we are very happy to have with us the esteemed and beautiful and talented Melissa Begley and the very esteemed and very erudite Kalipita Ghosh, and
Yes.
the very esteemed and wonderful sister Musami Sachdevi here. And we are all going to talk about the role of mothers in this particular group. I am the only mother, but we discussed that maybe everybody could be a mother in some way. So everyone has a poem and we are going to read it. And we'll start with my beautiful and talented co-host, Melissa Begley.
Good morning,
Yes.
good afternoon, and good evening. As we all know, not all mothers are nurturing or very nice to their children. You know, I was blessed, with wonderful, loving, and caring parents. And I'm going to read a poem, the example of the type of woman my mother was. My mother. As a teenager, I lived with my parents in South Korea on a USA Army post. On occasion, there were American wives that lost their husband to a beautiful young Asian lady. My mom was at a luncheon with a few of the officers' wives. The topic of discussion was what they would do if their husbands cheated on them or left them for a younger Korean female. Ladies expressed anger and outrage, talking about infidelity and the repercussions against their husbands in a court of law. One of the ladies noticed my mom was not participating in the conversation. She asked her how she would handle the situation. My mom's response was, "I have never even thought about that before." My mom and dad were blessed with a beautiful married, filled with trust and respect. My mom shared this story with me a few years after my dad's death. And I think that when you have a solid family and that you have loving parents, it definitely creates the type of person that you are. And I think that that's what's wrong with the world today, is there's so many children that just grow up on, without any love and caring. And I think it impacts us all. Thank you for letting me recite my poem.
Well, you are welcome, and thank you for giving us a beautiful poem. And now we are going to go to, in the order we came in. Please unmute yourself, sir, because I muted you. Kalipita. Oh dear. Do you know how to do? Good. Okay.
Hello. Hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to all. My heartfelt regards and gratitude to you for inviting me to attend this momentous discussion and poetry reading regarding the awareness, raising awareness of the mothers. The very word mother, there is no alternative word of the mother. Mother is the self-entity to the world. And I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the mothers of the world. All the mothers of the world. The motherhood, I would like to say, the motherhood I love, adore, and convey my respect to all the mothers of the world. Because if mothers are not present, we are not born and don't see the light of the universe. So, mothers are the best companions to the human being. This is the main source of the human, of every humanity, mother. Swami Vivekananda once said, an educated mother can bring forth the educated nation. An educated mother can bring forth the educated nation. So we must love, respect, regards, and pay our regards to all the mothers of the world. And here is my poetry, raising awareness to the mother. We must be conscious of our mothers, who is the very, very tolerant entity of the world. They cry out, but never weeps. They cry out, but never weeps. They always are happy for the well-being of their children. A tribute to the mother. O mothers, you are the salt of the earth, an eternal and sacred soul, a sanctified soul, an embodiment of love, affection, light, peace, happiness, and joy. A perfect woman nobly planned by God. A perfect woman nobly planned by God. You are the reflection of nature. You are the reflection of nature, blessed with human grace and beauty, a sanctified soul never to yield. Mother is a divine gift of God, always smiling face with benign grace. Mother feels happy and gay when she finds her children smiling, a paragon of beauty and grandeur indeed. She is the idol, an incarnation of love, patience, and sacrifice, forbearance and fortitude, self-contented and satisfied, dedicated to the family and nation, a compassionate heart, a soul divine. Tears roll down from her cheeks, but does not weep. Tears roll down from her cheeks, but does not weep. A wonder of the world, a blessing to the humanity. I pay my homage to the mother on the auspicious Mother's Day. Mother's Day, we must celebrate the Mother's Day for our own privilege, for the blessings of the mother. We must be elevated with the blessings of our mother. But it is a matter of great regret that some educated persons also disregard mothers. They don't care for their mother. Their mother is humiliated. Their mother is tortured by the financial non-assistance. But we should voice forth our protest against the educated people, so-called educated people, who do not pay their respect and regards and cares to their mothers. This must be very, very ignoble matter. And we must raise our voice against these educated persons who disregard their mothers in this present situation. Because we are born from the womb of our mother. We are born. We see the light of the universe. We see the sun at first. and cry out, Ma, Ma, Ma. This very word rings like a bell, like a church bell. Ma. This very significant word, mom or mother, is likened with Om. Om. This very, the first sound of this universe, Om. This Om is represented with the mother, Ma. This very word is very, very significant to every human being because there is a lovable, there is a reliable, there is a suitable, there is a sweet relationship between the mother and the children, between the mother and the human beings, between the mother and the whole nation. So we must pay our deep respect and homage to our mother. Mother is the salt of the earth. Mother is the salt of the earth. And this very word mother rings like the sound Om, the first sound of Om when the universe was created. A very sound Om, 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 mother, Ma, Ma, Ma. When we are born, we cry out in pangs, Ma, Ma, Ma. This very first word is mother. So there is a philosophical and metaphysical concept of mother. There is a philosophical and metaphysical concept of mother in this universe. This universe is created with the sum of the blessings of God. The invisible power, God has created man, and there is no relation, there is a relationship between man and woman. The first woman, Adam and Eve. If we read Milton's Paradise Lost, Adam and Eve, the forbidden fruit was eaten by Adam and they were downwarded to the earth. This is the saying. I do not want that context, but the word mother is very, very significant in our society. We must raise our voice against the ignoble position of our mother. The position of mother should be heightened, should be dignified, should be uplifted. If we are the human beings, if we purge the society, if we purge the society, we must raise our protest against the injustice, against the molestations, against the inhumanity of our mothers. So mothers are the sanctified soul. Mothers are the sacred soul of this universe. So we must raise our protest against the humiliation of our mother. We must protest against the injustice meted out to our mothers. Thanks to all. My heartfelt gratitude and thanks to my sisters, Melissa Begley and Barbara Enthu. My regards, my best regards. Thanks.
That was stunningly beautiful. All of your poetry always is divinely evoked.
So beautiful. So beautiful. I felt as a mother so excited to hear such beautiful words, and they filled me with such joy being a mother. And thank you for just giving us your beautiful words to express how you feel about mothers, which is just so beautiful. And now we come to Musami.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
So, yes, mother, the word itself is divine, we all know. But yes, like today only, I was just out and I was speaking to someone that, yes, sir, just Kalipada sir just told, yes, we see in the society today, like I was just speaking to someone, like, educated people, they are disregarding their own mothers and their parents, all right, when they are like, mother has grown old, and when the children are the responsibility of the mother or the parents, when they were small, when we were small, then when mothers are growing old, when parents are growing old, they are our responsibility. That thing is missing. I do not know where we are all heading toward, where the present generation is heading toward. Actually, there is no answer to it, but I do not know what race is this. Somewhere or somehow we have forgotten our responsibilities, our duties toward our parents, toward our mothers. Similarly, as the topic of today is mother's role is also very, very important. See, sometimes we all are human beings. A mother is a mother. She is also a human. She also may have her own flaws. After all, nobody is perfect in this world. A mother can also have flaws. For example, in a recent party we had attended, we saw a child, going a bit overboard with our ill mannerisms. For example, we were all about to cut a cake for like a couple, like, they were about to cut the cake, and the girl came and she put her finger, and she just, licked her. So she is a child, but there and then the responsibility of the mother was not to clap and cheer up the girl, but the responsibility of the mother was to say, no, you shouldn't do that. That is wrong. When when a mother does not, stop a child from doing wrong, and we cheer up every moment, that also somewhere or somehow our mother misguides. Maybe not deliberately. So the role, we said we are all humans, everybody can have flaws. And again, there are so many such cases, over expectations. A mother sometimes over expect from their children, you should be this, you should be that. And that also somewhere we find the children, they're facing stress, all right, because of this over expectation. No, I expect that you should be this, you should grow up and you should earn so much, you should be a doctor, you should be an engineer, you should be this over expectation also sometimes. So mother's role is divine. We all are human beings, but yes, thank you so much, Barbara ma'am and Melissa ma'am. Shows, like such shows, these shows are an enlightenment to the world. If people see us talk about all these things, maybe somewhere or the other we can put these things in the minds of the people. So here is a poem I just had written yesterday. That is why I didn't want to miss this show. A mother's impact. In a world so vast, a bond divine, a mother's touch, the greatest sign. Her gentle caress, a balm so sweet, comforting whispers, melodies complete. With tender hands, she nurtures and feeds. With tender hands, she nurtures and feeds. Each morsel shared, a strength she breathes. From her nourishment to every fight, growing, thriving, and embracing life's light. Her upbringing makes her child so strong, guiding steps, teaching right from wrong. Through lessons learned, growth unfurls, a foundation sturdy, the world she holds. Careful eyes watch ever keen, observing dreams yet to be seen. With every gaze, a future's reflection, mother's love fuels limitless direction. In her embrace, compassion takes hold, kindness blossoms, stories unfold. Her love, a vessel that never ceases, passing on virtues, treasures she releases. Her watchful eyes see every trace, nurturing dreams with utmost grace. Her child's transformation at every step, her responsibilities and promises in depth. A mother's duties never end. From womb to end, her virtues and lessons transcend. Yes, she is a confidant, a true friend. Oh, mother dear, your impact profound. In each moment, your magic resounds. Through your touch, feeding, and care, you shape the future beyond compare. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And children
Thank you. That's
do,
beautiful.
children do develop the future, and that's why they need that nurturing, loving background.
Yes, they do. And as being the only mother here, of, natural mother.
Sisters, if you permit me, I would like to recite my another poem to my mother.
Wait, sir. Wait, sir.
To my mother.
Wait, sir. We're all going to recite one poem, and then we'll come back and read another if you have one, okay? If that's
Yes.
okay. All right,
Yes.
good. So I have mine, and I'm going to read this one, which I wrote the other day about mothers. And this is my poem, The Role of Mothers. The minute your baby is born, you become a mother. It's instantaneous and creates a feeling never experienced before in your life. In front of you is a tiny creature dependent on you for its existence. You hold your baby in your arms and wonder how this tiny thing will grow to be an adult. And yet, though you don't realize it, your baby becomes a full-grown person. A mother is there from the moment a child comes into the world, and it looks to its mother for everything. We are everything at first, until the baby realizes they are an individual. Mothers need to know when that time comes and prepare their fledglings for the outside world, which will not be as warm and welcoming as their arms. Teaching your child the difference between right and wrong lets them know how to behave in the world. It's a tricky line we balance between too much and too little care. This all depends on the circumstances and the behavior of the child. And some mothers just care too much and smother their child with their loving care, while others tend to have a laissez-faire attitude and allow their children to make mistakes and learn on their own. Either way, most children make it through until they are teens. And then a mother's role is the hardest. We must be the ones who take care of our child when life kicks her or him in the face. And we must show our child it's okay to feel how they do and to get up and try again. We are there for them at all times, trying to keep our judgment at bay, though at times shouting is necessary. We take our children in our arms, no matter the age. When they need us, we are there whenever they ask, and sometimes before they ask, helping in any way we can and taking the guff when no one else is there to do it, comforting when needed, and even reprimanding if they've crossed a line. Mothers are tough as leather and take all kinds of abuse from their children. Like the blow-up Bop Clan, you can push us and we don't fall. We might bend a little, but we do straighten and rise to do it again if we have to. It's a thankless job, but occasionally your child will appreciate what you have done, shower you with gifts and love and attention, and then you smile. It was all worth it. And when they go out in society and earn accolades and awards, you as a mother are there to share their joy. In Yiddish, the word is naches, and you kvell with happiness when your children are succeeding. Their joys are our joys, and their pain is our pain. The late nights and the days and nights of taking care of them while they were sick or injured mean nothing when you see your healthy grown adult child succeeding in life. The role of a mother is to be a cheerleader for your child. Be there in times of happiness and sadness. Hold their hands when they need it and kiss and hug them as much as you can. They are the hope and light of your life that will burn for you eternally.
Oh, very, very amazingly beautiful,
Very
beautiful poem, so to say.
Well
And
written, so well written. Every word could be felt.
Thank you. Thank you. We have Sujata has joined us.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I sat down and thought about all the things being a mother.
Actually, ma'am, you have really told something like, mother's duties, yes, they never end their responsibilities from home to end. My poem had similar lines, it goes on, whatever they are like, your mother keeps on doing. No matter the children realize, they do not realize, that's a different thing.
And we have Sujata who just joined us at the right time.
Yeah,
You just joined. So
Hello,
good
Good
everyone.
evening,
to see
Sujata
you,
ma'am.
my sister.
Hi. Actually, just I noticed that Zoom meeting is going to happen.
Wonderful. Are
Good
you
evening,
ready
ma'am.
to read
I
your
could
poem?
not help joining it.
Are you ready to read your poem?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good. I have motherly duties that my daughters wanted me to do, but I already had to move the piece, the event today because of situations. So I thought, well, they can go. They want to get donuts. So I think I can live without going there.
Wow. Very nice.
All the sisters are present.
Yes,
And I
Hello,
cannot
Dada.
imagine.
we are waiting for your
Yes.
poems.
Sujata Pal, my sister. Sujata
Yes, Dada.
Pal.
Yes,
Hello, Dada.
and you're
Bhalo-
another mother too, right? So
bhalo
we
achi.
have another mother's perspective here. And we talked about it, but you weren't here, but we said that everyone can be a mother in some way because we all nurture in some way. And so we are waiting for your poem.
Yes. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Actually, I did not notice the link. Just I noticed, as soon as I noticed the link, I could not resist and entered to
Yes,
participate.
you cannot resist the temptation. You cannot resist the temptation of poetry reading.
Yeah,
Every
exactly,
mother,
exactly.
you have the entity of mother, embodiment of sanctity, purity,
Thank you.
sobriety, and all the beautiful concept of this world, nature in
Thank you.
mother.
Thank you, Dada. Thank you.
thank you. So
Actually,
do you have a
hello
poem?
everyone. And after a long time, we are in a single frame due to my some personal problem. That is my daughter's study affairs. I am not active in social media, and I have also stopped my show for a few days, at least up to this year. Uh, and now we have shifted somewhere else for her study. So there is no diary, no copies in front of me to recite my poem, or even I am not ready. Yet there is a Bengali poem on my mother. First, I will try to go through the Bengali poem, and then I will translate it before you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So the title of my poem is Ma, that is mother. Ma, tumar je nei kono upama, means Ma, you don't have any comparison. So you are yourself uncomparable. I am originated from you, and you have given us the insight. So you are the great, for whom and by whom this world has been strong. That is, the world has been strengthened. Today's me is the contribution of yours, and for your children you sacrifice so many times. Today you might be far away from myself, and you have left your child in a very odd situation. There has been long time that I didn't get your old touch that made me, that provided me supreme bliss. Today, I am also a mother, but unfortunately, I could not be like you, Ma, because you are only yourself. There is no one superior. So, if possible, take me to you as soon as possible, or let me live here, taking you close to my heart up to my last breath. So it's my heartiest prayer to my departed mom. Thank you so much.
Very, very amazingly beautiful poem. So to say, there is no alternative of this mother. There is no alternative word in this earth. Mother is the salt of the earth, and it is a sanctified soul, embodiment of beauty, love, tolerance, forbearance, fortitude. All the human qualities are the embodiment of the mother. Mother, there is no alternative word.
Yes.
This
beautiful.
word mother signifies in our society, in the universe. So the whole universe is to be sublimated with the mother.
Well, that's beautiful. And Sujata, I love that poem. Just so full of love and appreciation for your mother, and it just so beautiful. And how you translated it on the spot was really wonderful. Now, I know that we've read one poem. Does anybody else have another poem? Melissa, do you have another poem that you want to read?
Yeah, I have another poem, but it's about motherhood in nature. It's not about human motherhood. And this is a true story because I have a lot of birds and flowers and bushes and trees and squirrels and so much nature in my surroundings. And this is what I watched one year and I cried. And this poem has been published. The title is Little Robin. Oops, I just lost it. Imagine that.
It happens.
I know, doesn't it? It only takes one little push. Okay. Little Robin,
Such, yeah.
perched on the branch of my ornamental cherry tree was a little red-breasted robin. A cheery, sonorous trill that culminated when you spotted me. I thought you were a fledgling until I noticed your nest. You chirped a warning notifying me to leave your territory. Astonished that you were a mother for the reason you were a dainty little robin. Every morning I watched your activities, but not too closely because it was stressful to you. Delightfully, two beaks appeared in anticipation of a meal. Hopping around, searching for nutritious worms was wondrous to observe. Returning to your nest with a luminous glow, you do tenderly and gently feed your babies. Awakening one morning from the silence, I walked outside. You disappeared and no beaks peering out of the nest. Frantically, I searched for you. Many other robins for dance. I'm sorry, but this upset me. Frantically, I searched for you. Many other robins were dancing on my lush green grass, swooping up worms, but you were gone. Sobbing, I knew that a predator, a cat, or a snake destroyed your babies. There is an ancient folklore that the red-breasted robin was created when a robin pulled out a bloody thorn from the crown perched on the head of Jesus Christ when crucified on the cross. And it just amazes me sometimes that, nature sometimes is more nurturing than humans. And I think really, mothers and society needs to go back to, more traditional and spiritual type situations. And I think too often we're too concerned with accolades and awards that we forget why we are here and our purpose is love.
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
so beautiful. Because,
Touchy and beautiful as well.
yeah, just so beautiful. And you show that in nature, mothering is very important too. And it creates the ambience around us. And birds are very protective of their babies until they're ready. And
Oh, yes. Robins will definitely try to attack you if you get too close to their nest.
right. So, Sir Calibita, you have another poem? Calipita,
Lipida, are you frozen?
are you frozen, sir? I think he's frozen. Calipita,
Maybe some network issues.
Dada,
oh, there he is. Do you have another
Yes.
poem, sir?
have you any another poem to recite?
Can
Dada,
you hear us?
Barbara,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
My another poem
Good.
to my mother. To my mother. Mother is infinity. Mother is infinity. Mother, you are my light. I do remember you and see your winsome smile. Gone are those days when I was in my mother's breast, whining, weeping, and not whimpering and whining. Mother, you are no more in us. When I was 1.5, toddling and crawling, you are in heaven. Being a bright and handsome star, scintillating brightly in the cosmos, pouring blessings and benediction upon me and around. Mother, you have left for the other world. Your vision still haunts me like a shadow. Your benign love, affection, sacrifice, mercy, and dedication, nobility, forgiveness, forbearance, and fortitude, and inspiration. A perfect woman with motherliness, a perfect woman nobly planned by God. Your angelic grace and charm, I have kept it to my heart. A sweet nostalgic reminiscence still lingering in my mind and soul. Mother is infinity. There is no comparison of mother in this world. So I do reminisce the everlasting presence of my mother in my heart, in my soul. So to inspire all the mundane world, all the activities of this world, I do reminisce my mother, the blessings of my mother, the benedictions of my mother, the sweet remembrance and reminiscence of my mother, her smiling face. I still remember, and the face of my mother still haunts me, and I am remembering my mother as the entity of the divine entity and enlightenment of the world.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And Musami, do you have another poem or not?
I could write just one, but what to write? The entire universe is a poetry, and the entire universe is a poetry on mother. Actually, the nature is mother, our earth is mother. Every human, like if I see a woman is a mother, because even if you are not a biological mother, you are a mother to your pet, you are a mother to your nature. In fact, if you are nurturing a plant, you are a mother to that plant. I consider myself to be a mother of so many plants, and I loved Melissa ma'am so beautifully. You have, penned down, poem here devoted to Mother Nature, and Sujata ma'am so nicely she has translated. Very nice.
Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank
And you
you.
are also absolutely right that nature is our greatest mother, by which we are being nurtured every day.
You are the embodiment of mother.
Exactly. I just,
Yeah.
my
Forgiveness,
dog was just here.
mercy,
We nurture him.
above all, the godliness, the sanctity of the soul, mother, the embodiment of sanctity of the soul, holiness.
So,
And
I
I-
have another, yeah, I have
I'm
another
sorry.
poem.
I was
I
just
have
going to
another poem
comment real
about
quick.
my mother.
I believe there's a spiritual connection between us and trees and plants and pets and birds and nature, and that they do understand when we love them and we communicate with them. And I do think that that is a powerful, it's powerful, and not a lot of people tap into that energy.
Yes, it is. I have
Sorry
a
to
poem
interrupt
about,
you.
yeah, no, it's fine. I have a poem about my mother that if Sujata, you don't have another poem? Do you have another
Me?
poem?
Actually, as I told earlier, that I don't have any poem right
Okay.
now, as I have shifted recently. But as the theme of today is mother's role, so I would like to say something about mother's role.
Certainly.
Okay. It is very unfortunate that being a teacher, I confront so many students often that though I take the classes of senior classes, that is 11 and 12, but sometimes I am to go to subroutine, that is the substitute classes, if their teachers are absent. So sometimes I notice that some students, they are disturbing the classes. When I came to know, or when I try to inquiry about this, that they are seeming like a very good students sometimes, but sometimes there must be some problems, some troubles they are facing, for which they are troublesome for other students. And later I came to know that there was really something troublesome matters they are facing regularly, for which neither they can't concentrate to their studies, nor they can't associate with the other classmates. So what is the reason behind this, that is behind most of the students, that some of them are not attending their classes carefully, or they are disturbing with other students, or they can't concentrate to their studies? Then I found that it is due to their mother's role they are having such problems. What happened? Some of their mothers, when they become fed up with any financial troubles, what to say, um, extramarital affairs, they left their children, even they might be of teenagers, they might be of 4 years, 4 months, but they don't care about them, and leaving their children even hobbies, who disturbs them being drunk, or for their financial instabilities. But how could they do so? How could they leave their own children? And how could she or they forsake their children and go to other uh, gentlemen for their lust, for their um, happiness? Just I can't imagine. And I just the faces, innocent faces of the children or the students appears before me when I came to know about this story behind their disturbance. And tears roll into my eyes. Often, such kind of happenings I confront in my school, even in my previous school. So I think here, maybe you belong to middle class family, maybe lower middle class family, maybe aristocratic family, but a mother should be more responsible, more careful, and more dignified, at least before their children, so that they at least, or that is their children might think that my mom is a is an ideal one to whom I can worship. There should not be any mom who could forsake their children for their happiness, for their lust. This is never desirable, I must say. So I think if you have any problem, you can uh, discuss this. You can come any conclusion mutually, but you should never forsake your children. And if they have the capability to forsake, I think they should never be regarded to call as a mom, because mom means everything. There, the whole world might be against you, but your mom should never be like that. So
Right.
this thing, I really, what should say, it hurts me often, and I think
Actually,
no mom should
right.
be just like that.
Mom is a role model for the children. If your mother
Yeah,
is
yeah.
doing,
Very,
you
very
feel good like
sad.
my mother.
Very, very
And this
sad.
is happening, Sujata ma'am. I see around, and this is happening
Yeah.
Very sad.
everywhere.
Can we hold this until the discussion? Because one, we just, well, we had Priyanka came in, but didn't quite get here. And I have Penny Wobbly's poem. I asked Penny to send it to me. She was here yesterday and she read this beautiful poem. I can only hope that I can read it as well as she did. I don't have the accent, so having the accent would be really wonderful, but I'm going to read it because she just sent it to me. Okay. It's called Remembering a Mother. To me, there will never be a mother quite like you. Your hands that cradled me when I was born, the wishes you whispered to me when I was tucked up asleep, dreams for the future you wished for me, yet I could not hear or speak. You yearned for a future brighter than yours, blighted by 2 world wars. To be something special was your ardent wish for me. All my life, I did my best. Achievements, there were a few, yet none measured up to what you hoped I would do. Now I am writing a dream you never had for me. I am dyslexic, you see. How you tried with spelling bees to teach me the beauty and power of words. Hard as I tried, the messages between my brain and my pen did not flow successfully. Stories became my stock in trade as I acted my characters into the plot. Then technology came into play, correcting my spelling and punctuation right away. Mother, you grew prouder each time I called. When I sat and read aloud, the newest stories, some from your past. One day before you passed, you said, I always knew you would do something. I just did not know what. Locked inside you all these years were stories awaiting sympathetic ears. My whispers in your ear have been fulfilled at last.
That's very touching, Penny's poem. And as we know, Penny
Yes.
is a mother to all,
Another
to so many
starting
people.
point.
And that was Penny Wobley's poem. And I hope that, oh, I have to read it. Hold on. I hope that I was able to do it justice because I don't have the accent, and the accent is everything. But it's such a beautiful poem, and how she expressed herself and talked about her dyslexia, which too, as teachers know, that dyslexia is something that can haunt a person unless it is taken care of in your life. And these days, there you are.
Well, hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Priyanka.
Anushka.
Hello.
Hello. We are
Hello,
just,
ma'am.
we are
Yeah.
still reading poems. I just read Penny's poem, and I would love to hear yours.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry I'm late because I was busy with my daughter today. We
Well,
had
you
to
were
attend
doing
the
motherly
program.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a
a mother's
great,
role. So a mother's role. She's busy with her daughter today. A mother's role.
great responsibility. Son is crying, jumping, baby daughter is always complaining. Oh my God, it's a very difficult job. You all know that very well.
Yes, and my daughters are fully grown, and I'm still have them whining and crying to me all the time. So let us hear your poem.
Should I read my poem now, ma'am?
Yes, please. Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. So actually, this is a very short poem that I have written. And one thing I must make it clear to all of you that here I have used the word mother symbolically. I mean, motherhood is not the central theme of my poem, but mother represents a power, an essence, a quintessential essence of existence, like that, an energy, a force. Okay, so a bit different, I think so. Whatever that was expected to be written by me in this program, I have a bit, I got diverted from the principal theme and tried to, unfold a saga of feminine power and energy through the word mother. Okay, so, Oh Mother, that is the title of my poem, and I would love to begin my poem with a Sanskrit chanting from Chandi, that is Indian text. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matre Rupenu Sangasthita. Matre means mother. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matre Rupenu Sangasthita. Namastasya Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vidya Rupenu Sangasthita. Namastasya Namo Namaha. I'm invoking the infinite feminine energy of motherhood. Oh Mother, you have passed through fire. You have internalized God's ire. I have seen how you turn round the gyre, engulfing God's fire. Oh Mother, I turn back and kiss the lips of dead God. Who is the female slave's male lord? Fingers cross the glacier's borders. Audacity loves air, water, fire. Who knows what's right for you, oh mother? Who knows what's wrong for you? Leaves float upon the dead sea. Still, the blind patriarch cannot see. Oh mother, hollow sins collapse Times lapse, rocks defy the woman's lust. Is the mother too fragile to be loved and then forgotten forever? Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sangasthita Namastashay 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vidya Rupena Sangasthita Namastashay 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Sangasthita Namastashay 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 Namo Namaha. Thank you very much.
Very
Thanks.
powerful.
Very beautiful.
Beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think I've heard this poem before. And
You had that poem before, and in that poem I used that Sanskrit chanting, but not this
Yes.
poem.
I've used, oh, okay, so I've heard a poem that you used,
And
and
yeah,
it's so
I
powerful.
chanted. Yeah, I chanted
So
from
powerful.
Chandi.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And one thing I would
This is
like
the
to add.
chanting, this is the chanting from Chondi.
Yeah.
Mahamaya, when Asura, Mahishasura Mordini,
Yes. Yes.
Mahishasura, this Durga, Mahamaya,
Yes.
this very
So I have, yeah.
one eternity, the whole power is assembled with the woman, Mahamaya, and he killed the Asura, Mahishasura.
Yes,
What-
beautiful.
Ma'am, very nicely written. Very
From
nicely
our
written.
Indian mythology, from our
Wonderfully
Indian
chanted, dear
mythology,
Priyanka.
Goddess
Thank
Durga
you.
is the power, embodiment
Yes.
of power, embodiment of energy.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, my
Thank you
mother
so
has
much.
come here. Thank you, ma'am. And one thing I would like to make clear that I have used that particular word Holocene in this poem. Holocene is a scientific term that refers to the geographical era of the planet Earth. And by using this symbol Holocene, I like to convey the message to the world that the mother is a very creative force. Feminine energy is a very creative energy that defines and determines the existence of Holocene.
Well, beautiful. And
Yes.
I have one more poem that I'd like to read about my own mother. And she is no longer with me. And I miss her all the time because my mother was the fountain of my existence. I miss her very much. So here it is. It's called Remembering Helen, my mother. In the photo I love of you with your hair upswept and a faraway yet happy smile on your smooth young face, I see the beauty you hid even from yourself, not believing, excuse me, not believing the mirrors you saw in others' eyes or the talent. Sorry.
Don't disturb me.
Or the talent you used to create my clothes and the original needle points you proudly signed. You and I were not the best of friends, your expectations for me always overlapping my ability to fulfill them. And I tried so hard to be the girl you wanted, but your sharp voice created a broken space where I crawled away and hid until my face no longer streamed with tears. Then you wrapped me in your soft bosom and held me like a baby, reassuring me you would always love me. But I knew once again I had disappointed you. We sparred through my 30s until at last we attained a truce for the remaining years. And your last words to me as your wasted body could no longer fight. Your voice, 1,000 decibels lower than normal. So I had to lean over as you moved me closer, your hand on my head, whispering in my ear, as you had so many times before. On this day before you slipped into permanent sleep and the faceless hooded stranger appeared to usher you away. I love you. in the sing-song way you always had said it. Those familiar words tickling me as the vibration moved through my body and the message spread to my heart. And home.
Awesome.
Very beautiful.
Beautiful. Ma'am's poems are always,
touching.
you know,
Wonderful.
Very touching.
Beautiful.
touch. Yes, they touch our hearts and
Yes,
soul.
heart.
Soul-stirring words
Thank you very
which
much.
come out from the
Thank you.
depth of the heart.
Thank you. Thank you. That
Very nice.
yeah, that poem I really miss her because I always used to ask my mother for advice, and then I realized that when she was gone, I had no one else to trust to ask for advice. And it's a sad moment when you lose your mother. We lost someone,
Yes.
Sujata. Okay, so now we're ready to, unless you have another poem, Priyanka. You have another poem?